Today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough and I will talk a little bit about building spelling skills. This is Book 4, the second edition by Christian Liberty Press, and I will have a link to it in the description box below. I will also put a card up here for rod and staff spelling. Some of you may know that we use that from grades. We use, well, the books that we used was grade 2 all the way to grade 6. Okay? I really, really liked Rod and Staff, as you could tell in that video if you watch it. However, we're no longer doing this. We only did this, I think, like 9 lessons maybe. But when I did, okay, the reason we, sorry, I'm kind of stumbling over my place. The reason we quit doing the Rod and Staff, this has been, I think, 2 years ago maybe, when we did this, and we have not done any spelling since, but I'll get to that in a minute. So this was for my youngest. She did this 3rd grade, I think. So when I went to order her next Rod and Staff spelling, she did not want to do it. She no longer liked Rod and Staff. She had loved it up until then. Spelling was her favorite, but she no longer liked it. She said it was boring. So I started looking into alternatives, and my friend had this, and so I looked at it and I liked it, so then I bought one too. Okay, so when I bought this, I loved it more than Rod and Staff. Okay, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But the reason we did not continue it, when I looked at the next level, Book 5 and on up, it was not the same as Book 4. Book 4 actually, the reason I loved it so much was because Book 4 actually taught the spelling rules, and the words in the word list went with the spelling rules, and they just had a bunch of different ways to use the words. It was just different than Rod and Staff, and I really, really liked it and thought that it was superior. Okay. But since, I think, like I said, I think we only did 9 lessons maybe. Lesson 4, well, maybe we only did 4 lessons. Well, I don't know. Oh, 9 units, that's what it was. We did 9 units. Okay. Lost my train of thought. Told you that would happen. Okay, so she was doing this in 3rd grade, and she liked it, I liked it. But then about halfway through 3rd grade, I realized that was when I learned about the differences between the word list and, like, Charlotte Mason's spelling through dictation. So when I learned that difference, we just switched over to spelling through dictation, and that's what we've been doing ever since. So I feel like spelling through dictation is superior to this and Rod and Staff. But if I had to pick one, it would be this one. However, Book 5 was more of a geography book. It no longer had the spelling rules, at least in the edition that I looked at. It no longer had the spelling rules. I didn't feel was as, it was just mainly a word list now and just, different ways to use the word in a sentence. Anyhow, sorry, I didn't prepare for this video. Okay, so I'll just show you what the inside of it looks like. Okay, so like I said, this is the 2nd edition. It is copyrighted 1992. Well, the first one was. The 2nd edition, 2011. So here is the table of contents. If you want to pause the video so you can see it and read it, go for it. It just tells you like what each unit covers. And like I said, I really, really preferred the Book 4 over the Rod and Staff and over Book 5. So here's a preface, some teaching suggestions, the cursive alphabet, learning how to spell words, and I liked this. Okay, and Unit 1, which this is the word list that they will use for the whole Unit 1, and so each unit lasts about a week. Okay, so you do a different part, different lesson each day for the same word list, and it'll be over at the end of the week. Okay, so here was this word list right here. Okay. And so here's how to use, so like these sentences had to do with election time. And you use the word list and you find the words. So this was about election here. So you just find the words that was in your word list. And it's like about the nation, voting process, all that. Then lesson 2 is you practice the words, you understand the meaning of each word, and then you write the word twice on a separate sheet of paper. So that's like one lesson right there. So that's like Tuesday, day 2. All right, lesson 3 is a spelling guide, and here is some of the spelling rules. They will be in this grade box here. So it just talks about the suffixes. Okay, and you can see vacate plus n equals vacation. Donate plus n, donation, things like that. Think about spelling, and I did like this part too. So this was one other day, and then day 4, exercises. So this is kind of like a vocab, like which word means a way of choosing people to be leaders, election, okay? And then day 5, for lesson 5, you review your word list and then you take the test. And you pray for God's help before you take the test. And then it moves on to word endings for Unit 2, Week 2, Lesson 1, vocabulary. So here, the vocabulary part, each week has a different theme. So this one was the great outdoors. So all these sentences are about that theme. And the word list here will be included in these sentences. And so the kids read the sentence, and just through, reading the context, they understand what the meanings are. Okay, and here's the spelling guide for, lost my train of thought again. Anyway, the spelling guide for like some spelling rules is there. Adding the ed, ing, or er. And think about spelling, like did you double the P and slip before you added the suffix? Why and why not? Like the why would be because you would tell them, a short vowel, one consonant, or one syllable, one vowel, one consonant. You double the consonant before adding a suffix that begins with I, with a vowel. Sorry, I am in a hurry. I'm trying to do a bunch of reviews today, or walkthroughs. Okay, so you can see it's all laid out the same. I was just like thrilled with this. I really felt like, not only her, but even me. I actually was learning why we doubled some letters, why we did what we did, why some words were spelled like they were. I really thought this was just so amazing. And I actually kicked myself for not ever knowing of this before and always doing Rad and Staff. Now, I think Rad and Staff is a great program, but after seeing this, I just could not, there was such a difference. Just understanding the whys made this amazing. However, like I said, whenever I looked back into book 5, because that was the next one she was going to be going into, its theme was geography or countries. And so like they had sentences, they no longer had this spelling guide. At least I didn't go through each and every page, but the majority of them, it was just kind of different. Just to me, it felt more like a geography book than a spelling book and learning the rules. And granted, that's probably because from books maybe 1 through 4, maybe if a kid grows up on books 1 through 4, maybe they learn the spelling rules down pat and they no longer need them because they have them memorized. Well, we didn't start with book 1, we did book 4. So, and that's probably why. So there's nothing wrong with that if a person starts at book 1. All right. But anyway, so you can just see it's all laid out the same. And so I just wanted to show you this and to share that with you, my thoughts. And but yes, now we do the Charlotte Mason method of spelling through dictation, and we really like that. Because you can actually see that the spelling counts. It's important. But I do recommend book 4. I can't recommend any of the other ones, but I do recommend book 4. All right, so that is that, and I will have a link in the description box. I think I already said that. So have a good day. Bye.